Hi guys, it's Molly. Mal, whatever you want to call me. So let's talk. Well, no, actually that's not right, because you're looking at a camera, or I'm looking at a camera, so I'm going to be talking to you. So, as you know, earlier, well, some of you may know actually, that I posted a note on Facebook, and I wanted everybody to read it, and I don't know if everybody did, but if you didn't, fine, watch this, it's okay. The note that I wrote was titled, "Yes, I have CP," and this is very hard to write, so just read it for me. And so, yes, it was very hard to write, and things have gotten better with it, so I'm gonna make it into a video, because I feel I can help other people, maybe, if they watch it. So, yes, I have CP. Yes, that sucks. Unfortunate. Whatever. But I have CP. And CP is also known as cerebral palsy. And by definition, it is a disability that affects your muscle control. It can be very severe. It can cause people to be in wheelchairs. It can affect people's speech. It can cause mental retardation too. But my CP only affects my right side, and it is very mild. It's also called hemiparalysis, I believe, which means one side or whatever. But I can do anything you can do, just most of the time I have to figure out a way to do it with one hand. So, if you can do it, I can probably do it too, just with my left hand. But, some things include, like, if you ask me to pick up a can, I'm just gonna do it with my right hand, because my fingers, like, just won't allow it. Just my fingers. Or like, when I paint my nails, I use my mouth. When I paint my left hand, because my fingers will not hold that little tiny brush. I mean, they could, but like, they just don't move very well, and it would just be a mess, and so I just use my mouth instead. It takes talent, but I got it covered, and you know, typing on the computer, I can type pretty dang fast for using one hand, and pretty well. If you ever want to challenge me, you know, hit me up. I'll take you on. Just kidding. Not really, though. Okay, so, don't get me wrong. I use both arms, and I do lots of things with my right hand, so don't you dare ever call me a cripple. In real terms, that's what I may seem to be, but that's not me. I'm not that. Anybody could tell you that's not who I am. But, okay. Some of you may already know I have this. Some of you may not. Regardless, I absolutely hate talking about it. Always have. In fact, I just pretend I don't have it. It isn't that noticeable at all. Sometimes I walk with the tiniest limp, but it's barely noticeable, I think. Or at least so they say. And that's why I hate talking about it. Like, I think if I don't acknowledge it, it's not there to me. I don't want, like, to, like, let it run me. Like, I just, whatever. If I can pretend to be normal, I'll be normal. But for the most part, I am. And, like, after writing this, like, I disregard this paragraph because, like, I have CP, like, I have it, and there's nothing I can do about it, so that's just fine. I don't want you to look at me any different now that if you're just finding out that I have the CP, because that's stupid, and personally, that's been one of my biggest fears. Like, okay, here's an example, like, when it comes to guys. Okay, you guys, so, most of the time, a guy, like, won't notice it. Like, for a while, like, they just won't notice it, and then, like, once I tell you, or they do notice, if you were ever interested in me, like, you won't be anymore because of that. That's one of my biggest fears, and I know that's stupid, but it's true. Like, it's just the way I feel. And one of the main reasons I'm doing this is because I'm not going to hide it anymore. You either like me for who I am, or you or don't if you don't, just because I have CP. I don't know what that means. That's a typo on my note, whatever. If you don't like me just because I have CP, that's just lame and immature, and you need to grow up, personally. Okay, the way I look at it is, Abby Curran said, I have CP. It does not have me. Abby, of course, goes to St. Ambrose, and she's awesome, and she said that, and I really agree with that. I can do anything like anyone else can do, and you know what? God does not give you anything you can't handle. I try to look at that, like, all the time. That's just the way you gotta look at things. Like, honestly, I was made like this because I can deal with it. Like, I personally can deal with it. I don't know anything different. I don't know what it is like to be able to use, like, both, like, arms, both hands, like, equally. I don't know what it's like to have that. Like, never have, never will. But I compensate for it. Sometimes, not to sound conceited, but, like, I think I'm a brave person for being able to live the way I do. Like, okay, imagine if you had no fingers on one of your hands, okay? Just imagine going through your day like that and what it would be like and how it would be different, like, from your life now. Like, that's what I do every day. Of course, like, I have fingers and my hands look just like yours. My fingers on my right hand, of course, are just mildly paralyzed. So no, don't ever picture me like the guy from Scary Movie 2. You would be completely off, and that's not the case at all. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you all is, if you have a flaw, rock it. Do not be embarrassed of it. Rock that flaw. It makes you you, who you are, and you have it because God knew you personally could deal with it. He knew that you could do it and not another person, and that is quite the compliment, I'd say. So, it sucks holding in, like, how you feel about things like this, and trust me, I know, sometimes you just want to tell someone, a random someone. I've done that, and I want to take this time to thank Tyler, Seth, Jack, and Christopher for letting me do that, though these boys are not that random. Like, it still wasn't my best friend or anything. Like, even that was hard. They're really the only people I've let it out to. Obviously, that's not true, because I already wrote this note a long time ago, but I want to thank them and everybody for accepting me and just hearing me out, you know. So, if you feel like venting, you can post a comment, leave me a message, you know, anything you want. Just do that, and I'll admire you for it, and I'll listen to you. And I also want to thank Tyler Nelson, who is an awesome football player, and he has the same thing as me, but on a different side, and Abby Curran, who also has CP and is also Miss Iowa. It was in the Miss USA pageant, and I know if they didn't do what they did, I would not be able to write this. They accepted their CP as it is and rocked it to their advantage, and that is just awesome. So, that's pretty much all I have to say about that CP deal. Well, that covers everything. Sorry if this was annoying, maybe, but I just felt like doing it. So, peace out, home skillets. Word.